Furniture.
Furniture.
Purses, accessories, jewelry.
Jewelry.
Clothes.
Yep, lots of clothes.
Houseware items. Electronics.
Electronics.
Kids zone.
Kids toys, kids clothes.
A lot of records.
Tons of records, books, you know, yeah, furniture, rugs.
Rugs?
Yeah, we basically sell everything here.
Hi Roslindale, I'm Andrea from the Economic Development Committee, and we're here meeting with Chris, the manager from the Thrift Shop of Boston here in Roslindale Square. The thrift store is mostly run by volunteers?
Yeah, we're a volunteer-run organization. We have a volunteer board of directors which oversee, you know, the operations of the shop. And then I'm the shop manager, and then we have a staff, 7.
Wow.
7, and then also I think 12 regular volunteers that come in, and so we're a group of about 20 people or so that are, you know, regularly coming in and, you know, processing all the donations, pricing the donations, and running the sales floor. We sell hundreds of thousands of objects every year.
Wow.
And it's, you know, in order to receive that and move that, we just got to make this stuff cheap.
Yeah.
You got to keep it moving. You got to keep it flowing. And if we don't get the price right, you know, we have sales, and that goes half price. You know, everything goes half price eventually. So, and generally, it's, you know, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
You know, you want people to walk away not having spent a lot for something, and at the same time it helps us. We're moving stuff along, you know, and able to, you know, at the end of the day, raise money for the home, which is our
supporting a good cause and saving some of these precious pieces from the landfill.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's another part of it too. Yeah, definitely.
It's a win-win all around.
Yeah.
So, are you a Roslindale resident?
I am. Yeah.
How long have you lived here?
A year.
Oh, you're a newbie.
Yeah. My wife and I.
Well, welcome to Roslindale.
Thank you so much. Yeah, right. I know. It's about time. I mean, because I've been living, like, you know, in the area. I'm originally from West Roxbury, and I've been coming to Roslindale my whole life. My godmother lives on Kitteridge Street, and she has a 2-family, and my Aunt Joni and my Uncle Tom and their kids live there too. So I've been coming to Roslindale Square, as they call it, like Rozzie, since I was a little one.
Your home must be really eclectic. Do you
Definitely.
take a lot home with you?
Well, I have a small house.
Okay,
so
great.
But yes, basically everything in the house has been furnished by the thrift store.
Cool.
You know?
That must be really eclectic and
totally
fun.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And
it really
in
is.
our little house, I mean, I'm in a little house too, these historic 1915 homes where you've got small corners and odd angles, and it's fun to come into a spot like this to find pieces that might work for your small spaces.
Yeah, because some of it might have come from a time when those houses were built, yeah.
Share with us a little bit about Wallpaper City and how Wallpaper City is a perfect resource for spring cleaning.
Well, generally in the spring after the long winters we've had, you know, most folks, they want to spruce up the decks for cookouts, what have you. We do sell some cleaning products, but our core product really is paint. We're a large volume Benjamin Moore paint dealer, and you know, throughout the surrounding area, Jamaica Plain, Dedham, West Roxbury, obviously Roslindale. And, you know, sometimes a simple thing like a front door, a different color, gives the house a nice curb appeal, that type of thing. So a lot of people look forward to that. Plus, obviously, they want to be outside after being cooped up in the tundra that we've had.
I find one of the gems of Wallpaper City is your radiator covers selection, and you have custom radiator covers.
So they look like a piece of furniture when they're done. They finish the space off and dress it up.
It's a good space to use.
Bookcase, yeah.
And they're good for kids because they don't get hot like the radiators do. So it's a good child safety feature as well.
Actually, it makes the heating more efficient because it pushes the heat into the room instead of rising. So it's actually...
It's helping it.
So you're available to measure and evaluate what would be the best cover for...
Yeah, we do the measuring. That way
You do what you have to. Like
you get it right the first time.
That's
I mean,
right.
it's not that complicated, but it kind of takes the stress out of them worrying about it. Plus, they don't fit in most people's cars, so I just take the pickup truck and drop them off.
What's a good piece of advice that you would give a new homeowner that just bought a fixer-upper and is looking at this daunting project and knows that one of the best places to start is sprucing it up with paint? Or what would be your first piece of advice?
I'd say start slow. It can be overwhelming. I think we've all done it to our homes. We're all in the same boat where you look at a project, I have to do this entire place. It's overwhelming. Start with one room. You know, even if it's the room you want to get to last, make your mistakes there. Come and ask for advice. We'll kind of simplify things for you, things that you have to do, you can't do, and it can be done. There's nothing that's that difficult. Painting is not that hard. It's something you can really do. Take your time, don't rush through it.
So we're excited in Roslindale to celebrate your 50th anniversary celebration. And it's something, what a milestone. Tony's has been 50 years, Wallpaper City 50 years. Something to be proud of for our square.
I think the test of time too has been you've kept it honest, simple, don't overcomplicate things, and again, through those years, I don't think people have changed the way they want to be treated and stuff, and it just kind of continues to cycle. I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel here. You just be yourself and you keep doing what you've been doing, and I think you're okay for it.
Bob and Mike, thanks for meeting with us today to talk about Trethewey Brothers and the legacy that you have continued on here in Roslindale Village. We're very proud of our old businesses that are continually and successfully transforming themselves in new ways. So tell us a little about the history of Trethewey Brothers and the management that you see today.
The history started with two brothers, William and Harry, and there wasn't really that much indoor plumbing, and they were house builders. They were both from Roslindale, and they built a lot of the housing stock. And then that transitioned into doing the indoor plumbing, and from that, it would be my grandfather, George S. Trethewey. He took over and ran the business, and he was the second generation. And then Ron, which would be my father, came in, and really that was during the boom of building and the gas company and the whole area becoming gas, and we pretty much carved out a successful niche of being a plumbing, heating, and remodeling contractor.
Wow. So Mike, you've been here for
32 years.
32 years.
32 years, yes.
And you employ 32 employees or 31 employees?
Right around the 30, yeah.
Wow.
Right? 28 to 30. We're usually about 10 trucks on the road.
Wow.
You know, somewhere in that area. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have plenty of employees that have been here even a lot longer than myself.
Wow.
You know, it's a credit to Bob and the past for treating everyone like they always have, you know, and hopefully we always will. So
this series we're talking with business owners about spring cleaning and ways for residents eventually. The winter will recede, the snow will melt away, yes, and we'll be back out in our gardens and planning renovations and planning remodels on our old houses that we so love. What are some new products that you can advise some of our young homeowners on as they start to look into a renovation or a remodel of their bathroom or kitchen?
Where do we start?
It's amazing how everything is smart these days.
Oh yeah, and smart, smaller, maybe a little bit more complicated to repair and stuff. But, the water heaters, or what they call tanklesses, everything's direct vent, more electronics, much more efficient.
What about repairing old faucets that you would get from a historic renovation? And
we do all that too.
You can
yes,
rebuild it.
We still have the old tools to rebuild it and rewasher it or retap it, whatever it takes. You know, if the customer wants to head in that direction, we can certainly do that.
For me, I think there's other merchants in home improvement, but we all get along great. There's a respect for Joe up to the hardware store, or Peter over at Harrison, or Russ and his son. Don't forget Alex at the hardware store. So there's an awful lot of just wonderful knowledge sitting at the fingertips of people walking or needing help.
51 years you've been here at Roslindale Hardware, is that right?
Well, I've been 51 years in this building, in business, correct, yeah. So, what can I say other than time went off all too fast? I'm still feeling happy and fine and still eager to work, so I enjoy it very much. You know. The pleasure of this type of business that you really do have to know 10,000 things or more, because you have you know, every part of your house. How does everything work? How does everything fail? What kind of problems can you have? How do you fix them? How do you get around X, Y, Z? No more than you take a simple item and say, hi, I need one of these. And then the question is, well, what sizes does it come in? What colors does it come in? How many people make it? Is there a cheaper version? Is there a more expensive version? How quick can I get it? Do you stock this one? So you can take any one item and probably come up with 15 or 20 questions on one item. And now, mind you, we stock more than 17,000 different items in this store, okay? Wow. Which is not that many in relationship to some of the larger stores, but that means you have to have 17,000 things that you have to know every one of them. What do you call it? Where do you keep it?
Now, so of the 17,000 supplies you have here, what would surprise customers most when they walk in?
People don't think about this business as much as I do, obviously.
Sure.
So the big stores, all they care about is high volume, which means if they don't sell this product every day of the week or every other day of the week, they don't have the product. So there are thousands of products and hundreds of products that they do not have, you know. For example, right now, I know they don't sell household fuses anymore, you know, because most people have circuit breakers now. There's still plenty of people who have fuses, and they go, I went to XYZ store and XY, the other store that they don't mention, and they don't have fuses. And you're right. And so whichever kind you want, we have them, you know. It's the rarer and maybe slower selling products that they don't have anymore. We do, and it keeps us busy. So
you can still find them here.
Yes, many things you can find here that you don't find anywhere else.
Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to our YouTube page.